You'll be using a lot of ifs. A lot of ifs. If this, if that, if this, if that. How did we get to this point where people that used to live together for generations, intermarried, are now killing themselves?
We are now talking on the same basis with me. Because I've already said, those who are doing the killings are not the ones that we stayed and intermarried. These are terrorists. They are not the local Fulani people, for Christ's sake. They are not. These are terrorists. These people talking are the sponsors of the terrorists. Just that how they are sponsoring Boko Haram, killing people, they are terrorists. They are not local. I ask you this question.
No, he asked you that, do you have proof?
I don't need proof.
No, you need proof to tell us, because you cannot come on national television
and say that they are coming to our villages and are killing us, and we are running, and they are after us from village to village, killing us. So what proof do I need to prove? And they are occupying the villages, and the security agencies know that, and they are there across the Middle Belt.
There are two separate groups there, Magban and Miyetti Allah Kautohore. Are you saying both of them are the ones responsible?
What is Magban?
That's the Cattle Breeders Association.
Cattle Breeders Association. What is the difference between them and Miyetti Allah?
You don't think there's any?
So what I want to tell you,
the CAC has different registrations for them, for starters, and for Miyetti Allah Kautohore, they are a faction that came out, if I understand what he said, left Magban because Magban was not living up to its responsibilities of protecting the cultural organization that had to be established, because Magban failed to protect the interests of the Fulani people.
That is what I have tried explaining to you. The local Fulani man does not know of the existence of Miyetti Allah, and they are not part of it.
Or Kautohore.
They are not aware of anything Magban. All these people that are perpetrating this thing and call themselves Miyetti Allah, they are simply cattle traders and terrorists. They are the ones sponsoring this terrorism across the whole country. And they are not different from the same Boko Haram that we are talking of. And they make the money, they key into the idea of Fulani herdsmen clashes with farmers to reduce the perception of the world that they are probably normal human beings.
But is there a motive if you look at the action?
The motive is Islamization. Okay, they have the same Islamization agenda like the terrorists Boko Haram.
But they are part of at this point, we need to go to Abuja and get to hear from them.
I think before we go to Abuja, I want to ask some basic questions
to them.
Why are Boko Haram people being tried in secret? Whose interests are they protecting?
Well,
who are the people trying them?
Well,
how many of them have been jailed? Okay. How many of the Miyetti Allah have been arrested? Those that have destroyed our villages and they are occupying the villages right now, and they are seen and they are known and they walk around. Why have they not been arrested? Why have they not fled these villages of these terrorists?
Markwe, let's get them to respond on this.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Well, my guests definitely are dying to have their own response. He's accused your organization of being terrorists. How do you respond to that?
Well, you see, I would like to speak to Chamberlain in particular. When Chamberlain invited me for this program, he said we are going to discuss about the way forward, how we are going to propose solution to these issues. If I had known we would still be discussing blames, I wouldn't have been here. Because what I heard from this guy is really unfortunate. It's sad. As leaders, at least we have had enough of these senseless killings. Who is a winner out of what is going on? All of us are losers. All of us are losers. Lives are being lost by the day. People are being killed by the day. Can't we, for once, reason as Nigerians to begin to work as Nigerians, sentiment aside? We have never supported, I will never support these senseless killings. We are never apart. We represent those local Fulanis, the peaceful ones. We represent them. We don't represent any criminal. We are not criminals. That is why you know us, we come to your studio, we grant interviews. See, conflicts. If you address conflict in the most positive way, it becomes an opportunity for change. If you address conflict negatively, it takes you into a vicious cycle of conflict. That is where we are. And conflicts have three types. You have conflicts over resources, you have conflicts or psychological conflicts, you have value conflicts. So all these three are with us today. You bring values into it, you bring psychology into it, you bring resources into it. For how long can we continue this way? If I had known this particular interview is going to discuss blends, I would not have been here.
We will
because
definitely...
when I was invited,
yeah.
I was told that we are going to discuss on the way forward, on solutions.
Mr. Ngezarma, we will definitely, Mr. Ngezarma, if I may come in, we will still definitely discuss solutions. But we must also acknowledge that people are hurting. When it's sad though, I mean, because he's made allegations against your group and his group, you know, and he hasn't provided any evidence to that, you know, to that basis. But these are the thoughts of people on the streets. These are the thoughts of people who have been affected by this crisis. They believe that there is more to it than meets the eye. They're wondering if the local people whom they have known over the years are the same people who are now turning guns against them and killing them in their numbers. There's definitely something going on that nobody can actually put a finger on, or perhaps people know and are willing to talk about it. And when we come back, we'll also take your response, because we have to take a moment now. We'll take about 2 minutes or so, and when we come back, we'll take Mr. Al Hassan's response to the allegations of Dr. Dogo. In a moment, please stay with us.